Well, hello, Dirtfish Rally friends. This place was a hive of activity 10 minutes or so ago. It's lunchtime on the Saturday here at Rally New Zealand. We've had 3 stages this morning, 40 or so kilometres, and my goodness me, they have been dramatic indeed. Started off with Elfyn Evans. Elfyn Evans leading the rally. He inherited the rally lead overnight after Oitanak was given a 5-second penalty, all to do with overuse of the boost in that opening stage, that little super special in the Auckland Domain. 5-second penalty. Elfyn Evans went into the day leading the rally. But I tell you what, the man that had the big issues out this morning, let's grab a word with him, Gus Greensmith. The cars have headed back up out to the stages. You're here in service. We saw that accident. Just talk us through what happened. It was a biggie.
Yeah, I mean, it looked a lot worse than it was, to be fair. It was just, the stage was generally okay, slippy in places, but not so bad. And then we got to this corner and I had a cut in the nut, and I was turning, got the angle right, made the apex, but there was mud pulled out and I needed basically more rotation on the car to make it through the cut. And then once we hit the mud, the car just understeered straight into the off, but obviously when you're in like 140, 130 kilometers an hour, there's not really much room to do anything. And then we rolled, and I mean, from what I can see, I had a good look around. The roll cage certainly looks fine, and the wheels are fine. I think there's a broken toe link, but the actual suspension parts of the car looks absolutely intact. It's just the fact that the roof's been pushed in as we've rolled through the bank, which obviously we can't repair on site here.
So both you and Jonas getting out the car pretty quickly, obviously, as you do in these circumstances. You're both fine?
Yeah, like I said, it looked a lot worse than it was. I've definitely had bigger crashes in my career, but it's just frustrating that it's caused so much damage.
Do you know what? David and I were driving up this morning to the stages saying, my goodness, Gus has been the most consistent of the M Sport drivers this year. It has been a really consistent year for you. And, you know, when you're pushing, when you're trying to find those limits, these things do happen, and they're inevitably going to happen.
Yeah, like I said, I'm to be honest, I'm disappointed because I wanted a good result, but I'm also really positive with how the weekend's gone. It's what I wanted to happen this weekend. I wanted to really have some good speed and be fighting, and we're having a good little battle with Thierry, and I mean, we dropped 30 seconds with tyre wear, so far I was actually very happy with what I'd done this weekend, but for sure I didn't want to give the guys that much work to do on the body before the rally, but I mean, if they need a spare set of hands, I can drive up to M Sport.
Really disappointing, Gus. Great to see that you're both okay, and good luck. You'll let us know as soon as if you're okay to go out tomorrow.
I don't think so. No roof, so probably not.
So do you actually think you're going to have to get on the spanners this afternoon and do a little bit of work?
No, I don't think the car's repairable for tomorrow, that's for sure. I think, like I said, if we hadn't lost the roof, I think we'd have been absolutely fine to go out tomorrow. It's just the fact that the roof's gone, and as far as I'm aware, we don't have the materials here to repair it.
So Adrienne, a few months ago, going into the workshop to help out with repairs on cars. Maybe not quite the same situation, but I'm sure you'd be prepared to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I did it in Kenya, so it's no hassle for me to go and help the guys. It's just more, like I said, it's less of the things I know about. It's more the bodywork, which is the kind of the awkward stuff. So yeah, if they need me, I'll obviously be there.
Nice one, Gus. Really disappointing. Sorry to hear that. So there we are. That's Gus Greensmith, as he said, going so well. The other big news of the morning, clearly Elfyn Evans, as I was explaining, leading the rally. And then it all went wrong for him in the middle stage in the loop. Coming downhill into a corner a little bit too quick. The car hit the bank, rolled, damage to the rear of the car. They picked up damage to the radiator at the front of the car. They then had to retire. They got it back to service, unfortunately had to retire with roll cage damage.
Yeah, so it's quite a late corner coming downhill. I already lost the rear of the car quite early on in the braking phase, actually. Quite a lot of oversteer. I tried to go back on throttle to recover, but unfortunately it was a bit too far gone. So we clipped the bank on the inside, and that put us on our roof. We were able to land on our wheels and continue quite quickly, finish the stage, but we picked up what I think was probably subsequent damage of running with no bumper, some stones probably hitting the radiator, so we then had to manage that leak to get back.
We saw you working quite hard on the car, particularly after the stage and then on various parts of the road section. How difficult was that? How close was the engine to actually stopping?
No, I mean the engine was not marginal in any way, to be honest. It's only that we were trying to manage the situation as best as we could. I think we got the majority of the leak stopped, so it was quite stable. But of course, when you lose all your your front bumper and everything, then the cooling package is completely exposed. So managing the temperature is actually something more difficult actually than the leak after that. So we were just making sure that obviously once you lose that sort of regularity, you have to keep checking. So there's more routine more than having to do any major repairs.
You put in a lot of hard work to get back here, obviously. Why are you retiring at this point?
I mean, it's determined by the FIA. There's a bit, what seems like a small amount of damage to the cage, and of course we know the outcome to that. So now, you know, it's still not completely closed book. You know, we have to allow the team now to investigate during the afternoon and see what may be possible for tomorrow.
What does that mean then in terms of our overall leaderboard? Well, Kalle Rovanperä, the man who was first on the road yesterday, leads this event with 6 more stages or so to go. Not an awful lot of kilometres. He leads from Uit Tanak. Tanak has had a decent morning. 4.6 seconds off the lead, just over 6 seconds off the lead in third. It's Sebastian Ogier. It's still all very much to play for. The rain is still coming down. At times it's reasonably light, at other times it's very heavy. Unbelievably, yesterday was a relatively innocuous day with 160 kilometres. 40 this morning have been dramatic. What are the 40 going to be like this afternoon? Could easily be equally dramatic. Stick with us, folks, at dirtfish.com for all the action as it unfolds on the second Saturday afternoon here in New Zealand.